Serving their community is who they are because they love where they live. REMAX 3D Real Estate is proud to bring you Heart of Greenville, a video series dedicated to celebrating all the wonderfully great things about Greenville, Texas. On every episode, Dennisha Denny will share Greenville's story through the stories of people who call Greenville home. This is Heart of Greenville.
Thank you so much for watching Heart of Greenville. Our show would not be possible without our sponsors, so I want to give a quick shout out to REMAX 3D Real Estate, who serves all of our local community. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, we are here for you. I also want to thank Triton Networks. They are a one-stop shop for our businesses. Whether you have voice, data, networking, they have everything for you in a one-stop place. Our guest today is Miss Eleanor Hill. She's the owner of Brittex Bubbles. I really enjoyed my conversation with her and getting to know her. She's so young and already a business owner and has so much life in front of her. She also shares about some other experiences in life that I think you'll enjoy hearing about and probably can even relate to at some level. Here's my conversation with Eleanor. Hey y'all, I'm Dennisha Denny, your host of Heart of Greenville, and today we're sitting down at the landmark on Lee Street at The Landing. And I have a very special guest with me, Miss Eleanor Hill. A lot of you know her mother, which is Tracy Fenton, and they both own Brittex Bubbles. And I am so excited for you all to get to hear her story. Okay, Eleanor, thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show.
Oh, thank you, Dennisha, so much for having me. I'm such a big fan of the Heart of Greenville, and I'm excited to be here today.
Oh, I love it. You came into the room so excited. I think I even said, I think you're the most excited guest I've ever had. So thank you so much for doing this. I know that so many people love to learn other people's stories, and especially you're so young. You're like, I know you're 21 because I was at your 21st birthday party. Well, it's not the Calico Cat now, but on the third floor there at the Uptown Forum. But you're 22 now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're 22 years old. You are a co-owner of your own cleaning company. So let's talk about that. How did that come about?
Oh, well, thank you so much, Dennisha. And it was a pleasure to have you at my 21st birthday party.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I mean, I've had a lot of help along the way. I'm very thankful to say I've had wonderful mentors, coaches. I've been lent many beautiful books. My journey really started, so I went off to college, as we all do. I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, very ready for it, and I thought I was going to excel at ocean and coastal engineering. I was all about saving the sea turtles.
Oh, saving the turtles.
I did not factor in the math. I was all ready for the turtles, but not the math. And I did that for a summer. I absolutely loved college. I think it's a fantastic
What
endeavor.
put that on your heart? I have to stop about these turtles. What put that on your heart to want to save the turtles and learn that and go in that direction?
Well, honestly, it definitely comes from my family. Growing up, my mom's always been very conscious of like crushing cans in our kitchen or cutting up the plastics and really making sure that we put it in the right place. And so that was just kind of some mentality that I grew up with, and seeing a lot of documentaries these days, especially now they have them on Netflix. They're fantastic. It just really kind of sparked something in me, and that's actually what led into my company too, because though we're a cleaning company and cleaning companies are notorious for chemicals and cleaning with them, we do have a lot of eco-friendly options and alternatives in our practices. So even whenever we wash our cleaning cloths, we use, it's called a guppy bag, and it keeps the plastics from the water. We don't use bleach. We don't really put it back into the water systems. We do when we have to, but we do try to stray away from it. And
do you have an alternative to that?
Well, at the moment we're using, and we've got a wonderful partnership actually with, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Oh, you had partners? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And so we use hyperchloric acid, and that's actually what they use in grocery shops and in schools just to disinfect. It's an all eco-friendly option. So we use that, and we use a little bit of Dawn dish soap. Hot water too.
That will cut just about anything.
It will.
Okay, so I didn't mean to derail you about the sea turtles, but I think you're the first person I've ever known that you were going for that degree to save the turtles, and I think that's such a cool thing for you to do. So what made you know, it was the math that made you know that was not the direction for you?
Yes, ma'am. It was the math and probably having to sit still for so long. I think that was really...
So did you just start cleaning houses?
Yes, ma'am. So it was houses and a few offices actually from some people oh my goodness.
And like your friends in your friend group. So some of the teachers that you were teaching with, were they some of your clients too?
Yes, ma'am. A few of the teachers, and I've been very blessed to actually be cleaning a bit throughout my whole life. I remember I used to love, like, I'd always ask my mom for quarters or coins to clean out her car. And that's whenever I was 5, so I knew my worth at that age. Yeah.
Look at you. You're like, I'll clean for a quarter. Right. That's awesome.
Thank you. And then it slowly kind of built from there. Actually, whenever I first started cleaning, I didn't ask for any money because I wanted the experience, and I hadn't done a job that was that big.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
to get that experience. That's really smart to do that.
Thank you.
Because you're seeing where you can go and how far you can take that. And then if it's not great, they didn't pay for it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when did you realize, okay, I'm worth more than zero?
Let's see. Well, okay, I had 2 events where I actually broke something, and I remember it was a lovely cookie jar. Somebody had this beautiful cookie jar, and he had just gotten it for his wife, and he was super proud of it. And I don't even remember what happened. I think my elbow bumped it. It was just kind of one of those we're human incidences. And on that day, I was like, look, I know you offered to pay me for this job. I'm just getting started. I cannot take your money. I was like, if I do a perfect job for you, and it kind of clicked in my head. It was like, if I could do a perfect job for you, I can make some money from that. And then we can keep moving, and I can keep putting into my business.
Yeah.
And we're 3 years in now, and every single amount of money I've made, of course it goes to bills, but it also has primarily gone to how can we better our business? What can we get that better supports our clients or their needs, and putting into like our eco-friendly cleaning products, or maybe there's a client that prefers like Lysol or something like that. And I don't discriminate. I think that everybody has preferences for their home, which is incredible because the different mindsets that go into house cleaning. And so being able to learn that and being a little bit...
So you're flexible with that?
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
I like white vinegar.
Yes.
And water mixtures, and it just makes my stainless steel look really pretty.
It does, doesn't it? And that smell, the white vinegar smell, it kind of livens you up a little bit, and it goes away in
It
like
goes away
5
really
minutes.
quick. I don't walk in and feel like I can smell that.
But you feel fresh
But
and you
I
feel
know it's
clean.
I love that you cater to your clients like that. That's wonderful. Okay, you have a cleaning crew now, right? It's not just you anymore out there.
Yes, ma'am. We're very blessed. We've got a team of 4 at the moment, plus my mom and myself. And my mom's a go-getter. I keep saying that.
Oh, she is. Yes, that's why I was like, I have to tell everyone who you are, because so many people know who your mom is, because she's everywhere.
She's fast.
She just gives back so much. Just has such a huge heart to give back to our community.
Thank you. It's definitely been her passion, and it's, again, where she's really instilled in me, just kind of showing me.
That's awesome. So what's it been like having to figure out how to do business? It's one thing to just go and clean and you make some money, but now you have overhead, you have cost of supplies, you probably have to carry insurance now in case someone else breaks something.
Definitely.
And all of those things. So what's it been like figuring all of that out?
I think it's been the best college education anybody could ask for. Yeah, it's been full of heartache. It's been full of late nights. I've had jobs that have gone until like 11 p.m. at night, and I've had to be up working again at 8 a.m., sometimes 6 a.m. the next day.
Wow. Is it because they're like big jobs?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's just you? So like your crew of 4, do they go in 4 different directions, or do they all go to one property, clean it, and then move to the next one and the next one? How does that work?
So really it's, and that's another thing I've definitely had to learn, is placement, scheduling, managing. And I've never done any of that. And of course, if you're a manager, you also have to learn how to be a leader.
Right.
And those are definitely 2 different things. And I've honestly been so blessed to be able to see and have many different mentors in that. We send our teams to different locations. So it's awesome because they're all so trustworthy. We never interview somebody and we get a bad feeling from it. If they're going to join our team, it's always been so easy. We're bonded and insured. We do background checks. We go the full mile to make sure that, for our client and for our teammates, if we're going to send our teammates into an area, we double check that area. We know that we've been there. We know that we can trust it. For our clients, we'd never send somebody into their home that we could not trust, that would not take care of their home as though it's their own.
Right.
And so,
yeah, you have to check both directions. I didn't think about that, but you've got to make sure the client you're going into their property, that you're sending your employees into a safe environment too.
Definitely. Yes, ma'am. And it's well-rounded. And I think also it's, whenever we have our employees and our team members go into a home, we're looking at the client's home through the client's eyes. So a different time in the light and the temperature changes. We're kind of becoming part of the home. And I don't know. I'm 22 years old. I've never really managed anybody, and I haven't had much experience in it. But Through the books I've been lent, through the many YouTube courses I've done, even going to do online college for business and analytics and different things like that, is kind of piecing it together and really seeing how it fits best for our clients, for our team, and for just everybody who's involved or maybe touched by our business.
I love that. I love how you're just diving in and you're just figuring it out. I got my real estate license when I was 19. And so your age doesn't matter, you know, like it's what you put into it and how you educate yourself and how you invest in it and make it the best experience for your clients. So
I love
don't discount yourself because you're 22. Like you have your whole life in front of you, which is such a great blessing. And you're way ahead of most people at 22. So I'm super proud of you.
Thank you, Dennisha. I really
so
appreciate
welcome.
that. And to know I share that with you too. I definitely feel that good energy and that strength.
Yeah. Yes, you can do it. Woo! Okay, I want you to tell everyone how you guys came up with the name Brittex.
Okay, this is my favorite. Let's see. So we were sitting at a table, and I was living with my mom in her apartment at the time. She loves that, you know. And it was a good 10 p.m. at night, and we were putting together different names. We knew we wanted to really put something to it, like a little pizzazz, a little spice, and really make it our own because, you know, you just kind of have to.
Right.
And we're putting all these different words together. I've still got the paper at home. I'm going to always keep this piece of paper. We're doodling on it, drawing. My mom's a great drawer. And, well, I was born in England, but I'm a little bit more of a Tex than I am a Brit. So we're like, oh, you know what? Between the two of us, we're a Brit and we're a Tex. Oh. And we bring the bubbles.
Oh. I love that.
Thank you.
So Brittex bubbles. Did you ever live in England?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was that like? How old were you when you lived in England?
Well, I lived there until I was 5, and
Okay.
we did a little bit of moving back and forth and back and forth. I was born actually in Epsom, England, a little tiny town.
So do you have dual citizenship then?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
So your mom, is your mom from England then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
She's an island girl. She was born on the Isle of Wight.
An island girl. That's so cool. I know. I love her accent.
Oh.
Like I have to listen because my Texan kicks in, and so I have to listen. But
Oh, I love it. I love hearing all the different accents
Yes.
too. This makes it so fun.
that's so fun.
Thank you.
So do you ever go back to England now and visit? Do you have family there?
We have lots of family. Actually, that's kind of a really cool thing about myself and our team too is 2 of our ladies are from Argentina. So they have family from, all over the world.
Right.
And growing up, my family's always been in Switzerland, England. My dad was in Thailand and China my whole childhood.
Oh, wow.
And I actually recently just got to meet him going back to Cyprus last summer. But I haven't been back
You
to
got
England.
to meet your dad
Yes, ma'am.
for the first time?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, what was that like?
Ooh, a lot of sweat, a lot of...
Were you scared to meet him?
I was terrified.
Really?
I was. I think, everybody grows up with this big picture of their family and what it should look like and what they feel like it should look like. And I've never really known what a family should look like. But I've been blessed with a lot of love, and I'm really thankful for that. And to meet my dad, it was a 36-hour plane ride across the world.
Oh, wow.
My first ever trip alone.
Oh, and you did that by yourself?
Yes, ma'am. And,
Oh, wow.
I'm still shaking thinking about it. And it was just fantastic. You meet somebody and you're like, okay, so I'm supposed to be
Connected to you, right?
Yeah. And we just had such a great time. I mean, it kind of connected a lot for me. And, I was scared because I'm not going to college and I'm not doing all these things. I'm not a doctor. And I think my dad's always been very ambitious and very driven as well. And I'm very thankful to see that and to have that kind of experience. And I think that's really what has kind of put my mindset where it is.
Right. So, okay, and if I ask a question you don't want to answer, you just tell me that. Okay, so I give you full permission to shut me down. But what made you, or how did you reconnect to your dad? Since you'd never met him prior to birth, right? And then you just met him 3 years ago?
So, let's see.
Did you seek him out, or did he seek you out?
Well, so my dad's actually been really great about sending birthday cards.
Oh, okay.
And whenever I was little, I would send him emails.
Oh, okay. So you'd had some conversations, and
Yeah.
so it kind of followed along.
It did. And I think I'm very, very thankful for that too, because if it had been out of the blue, I've never had any
Right.
correspondence.
Yeah, that would be even scarier to go fly 36 hours to someone you had zero conversation
Absolutely.
with. Oh, wow. So did you initiate that? Did you want to go meet him in person?
I definitely did. With COVID, it actually was delayed a year, so I was meant to go the year before.
Oh.
And I'm thankful for that because I got to mature a little bit in that year. So, yay.
Did you have things you needed to say to him?
Definitely. I think I'm sure anybody in that situation where they go into something like that, there's probably a lot to clear. And, you know, confusion, a lot of it was like, I don't know where I'm from. You know, I was raised all the time. I was raised in Texas, but I was told, you know, you're English. You need to act proper. You need to be a certain way. You need to, you know, why are you being so crazy? Why are you running around and, you know, causing all this trouble? And it was like, I don't know what I am. And
You wanted to know your history, your heritage.
I did, and it was a really great learning opportunity, and just to know where I'm from. And
so, what did you learn? Where are you from?
Well, it's definitely a mixture. So my dad is super into history, and my grandparents on his side, my grandma and my granddad, they were both in World War I and World War II. Namely World War II, but their grandparents in World War I, so we have history all throughout that.
Oh, cool.
Yes, ma'am. So he collects a lot of antiques.
And so are they from England also, or are they from somewhere else? Okay.
They're from England. I don't know. I mean, when you really get into history like that, you feel a lot of pain, you feel a lot of what these people have gone through, and you feel so blessed to be in a world that you can do something like this these days, you know, and not have that put towards something else, you know. And it's fantastic what they did, what they were able to help with. My grandmom, she was actually a medic. She was driving.
Oh.
So in this crazy torment of a battlefield, you know, she's going through all this stuff and she's helping people and pulling people on, and she had that strength to endure. My Granddad Aubrey, he was in a prisoner of war camp, and he was like helping with the rubber. And I mean, I know this is not a history lesson.
Well, it's interesting though.
Thank you. So I'd like to think there's a little bit of that toughness and endurance in there. It's probably where the cleaning comes in.
Yeah. It was passed down through you. Did your dad have certain expectations of you? You said your grandmother was like a medic, so, and you mentioned doctor. So did your dad expect you to be a doctor then?
Well, I think he probably won't verbalize it, but there was definitely a lot of, well, what are you doing, kid? You know, what's going on? Like, how's your schooling going? And it was never really, I guess, interests and passions and hobbies and everything. You know, we think of like what we should do as work, but I've always kind of been in dreamland, and I love painting, and I love yoga, and I love all different kinds of things, you know, and it was never really a school topic.
Right.
But I think there was a little bit of that, yeah. We had to talk about that too, for sure.
I bet. Look, Dad. How did you feel when you came back from visiting with him? Did it connect dots for you? Did you have a sense of peace, or did it make you have more questions? And which direction did it take you?
I've definitely been a kid of many questions. And I'll probably be asking questions all my life. I think all of us will, of course.
Right.
But I definitely do have questions in terms of the type of life that I saw there versus here. How to connect that, how to really bring more awareness to myself, because there's so much I saw that, you know, if you don't see it, you don't know it.
Right.
And it's kind of like in our modern day, you know, if we don't take pictures, if we don't do these wonderful things like you're doing, and it's so incredible that you do this because you get to show people stories. And if you don't show stories, how do you know them?
I know. We don't have a way to know them.
And that's so
Unless
awesome.
we share them. And I appreciate you sharing your heart. I mean, I'm asking you hard questions about your dad. You came on the show today to talk about your company and talk about Brittex Cleaning or Brittex Bubbles. And I know we dove into a deep area of your dad, but I want people to get to see the real you. You're 22 years old, running your own company as, you know, a co-member of that, but sharing your heart. You know, I mean, you had to grow up in a different way, you know, with your dad not being in your life, but you didn't let that define you. And that's what I admire so much in you, is that you didn't let that define you. You still took your own path and embrace being you. Embrace being who you are and not the expectation of what you should or shouldn't be. You do you. You do you. So keep going, Eleanor.
Ooh, Dennisha. That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Well, on that level, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I think about this all the time. I really do, and I wish I could articulate it a bit better. There's a lot of passion projects there. There's a lot of, you know, I yeah, I did mention the yoga, but I love that, and I love the mindfulness aspect of it. And
can you please start a studio? We need a yoga studio here so bad.
Goodness. Hey, only if you'll join me, because I need your good energy.
Okay, I will come join you. I just need someone to teach it. I will come. I just need a teacher.
Oh my goodness. I would love that. I definitely would love to teach, and I think that's one thing, is really trying to get the certification and everything going. I don't want to, hurt anybody or injure anybody. And,
that is important, Eleanor.
Definitely important. But I would love to continue to create an opportunity to grow in, especially with our business. We've had so many wonderful people join us, and we get to help more people. And I think that's the best part of it, is like when you clean a space, you're not just cleaning an area, but you're refreshing the mind too. You walk into that space and you feel good. You know that people can come to work and trust the environment that they're going to touch, the surfaces that they're going to be working on, and have that kind of mindfulness. And I think it all ties in.
I know. Thursday evenings are my best day to go home, because my house is going to be clean.
It's a good
and
feeling.
I love that. I love that feeling so much. It's such you feel taken care of, and that, you do all these things every day, and then it's just so nice for us to have someone clean your home. Same thing on Monday morning at our offices. We go in and it's all clean and ready for the work week. And so I love what you're saying. I mean, it does impact your mindset, walking in and you smell that fresh scent and everything's in its place, and it lets you be ready to take on your other task in life. So you are leaving a little mission, just a little bit of, I don't know, sunshine for people whenever you leave. Do you leave them notes?
We've left some candy canes.
I can see you leaving like motivational notes.
That's a great idea.
At the end of each one, whenever you leave, and like leaving a little quote for them, and that's their quote for the week. So there you go.
You can do
There's
it.
an idea.
Shine.
Yes, exactly. Okay, Eleanor, we're on Heart of Greenville, so let's take a minute and talk about what you love about Greenville.
Oh my goodness. Well, I love this town. I love the energy. Everybody comes together so well to share their ideas, share their thoughts. We've got a fantastic Chamber of Commerce here. And they are incredible. I know that they've put so much time and effort really into creating different events in downtown. We just had the Fiddle Festival.
Yes.
That was so much fun. And really, I mean, this town is just amazing. There's so much charm to it. There's so much charisma.
Yes.
And being a part of it, growing up in it, going to school here, I love that we both share the same high school. That's awesome. I don't know. It's just, there's a little something for everybody to do here. For a little shine, a little sparkle, everybody can contribute to.
Yes. And so many people do. That's what I love about the community too. So many people step up and help and are a part of it. So I'm so glad you are too. Your mom instilled that in you. I know she did.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to ask you your final question. So if you will pick a number between 1 and 20, it's going to be your final question.
1 and 20. 3.
That's so funny. I was looking at 3 and you said that. Number 3 is, what is your biggest fear?
Oh, my biggest fear.
Okay, you are filtering through several.
I am.
You're weighing them up and deciding which one's my biggest.
I was thinking, I guess the first question or the first thought, the first answer people would go to would be like death or failure or stubbing your toe in the dark, But I think, man, the unknown. The unknown that you kind of start your day with. And you're like, man, I have no idea how this day is going to pan out, but I know it's going to go. The unknown for the rest of your life, if you're going to make it, if you're not. But
what do you think determines if you make it or not?
If you have a loving community around you, if you have good food, if you can give a little bit back to somebody else, or you can kind of help somebody else. And I guess the unknown that...
You're going to make it then, just so you know.
Thank you. If I can talk to great people like you, Dennisha, I believe that wholeheartedly.
All day long, you can. That's what's great about our communities. We have so many people here who, like, if you are having a bad day, you can pop into all kinds of offices and places of business and your friends, and they're going to lift you back up.
Absolutely.
And you just have to reach out to them. That's the thing, is not keeping that in your head.
Yes.
And
And I know it's been so hard for people these days, especially to really reach out and to feel that connection and that love. And it's so there. It's definitely there.
It is. You just have to reach out and not be afraid to do that. So sometimes you just have to change your course, you know, like get out of your house and go get a cup of coffee and somebody's going to smile at you and it's going to change your whole day.
Absolutely.
So,
or you're going to smile at them.
yes,
Like
exactly.
you did with me.
Well, Eleanor, thank you so much. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything you thought, okay, I want to say this when I'm on the show, or I want to share this before we wrap up? I don't always give everyone an open floor, but I'm giving you an open floor today.
I feel so honored. I feel so honored. Just to be on your show, I feel honored. Oh my goodness. I really
think we covered it all?
that. I definitely think you were the most fantastic interviewer.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Eleanor, I'm so proud of you. Keep doing you. Focus on you, and you're going to get where you want to be.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys are awesome.
Have a great day.
Oh, you too.
Thank
you so much.
You're welcome.
My home is right.
Thank you for watching Heart of Greenville. This video series, which is designed to celebrate Greenville, Texas, is spearheaded by REMAX 3D Real Estate.